So last week I went to Best Buy to get something, but something else caught my eye because recently I have been looking for a laptop which can be really lightweight, portable, and also like a beast. So it can handle all my editing and everything because I love to do multitasking, all my editing, and I do heavy editing. So I need a machine which can actually handle all that. So something caught my eye and I did a little damage to my wallet. This is ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14 2025. So I got it in 14 inches since I want something for my traveling. And it's been 3 days since, I think today's the 4th day, I believe. I don't remember. But like, yeah. So I have been using it. I already opened it. It comes with the little charger and all those things, good things, right? So this is actually my first ever Windows laptop. I know it sounds so crazy that I never had any other Windows laptop, but I have been with only one ecosystem my whole life, like since the iPods. That's the time I have been with Apple. Like I had all the iPods, iPad, iPhone. I remember iPhone 6, I still have it. MacBook Air, I still have MacBook M3 and M4 also. So I have been with that ecosystem for such a long time. So the main concern was that my laptops are so heavy. Both of the MacBooks that I have, they're Pro and they're super heavy. So it gives me a hard time when I'm traveling and I can't do a light packing, right? So I wanted something like 14 inches, light-weighted, but also like a beast, like a machine which can handle all my editing because I like to do the heavy editing. I like to do multitasking. So I don't want a laptop that lags and all that because that pisses me off. These laptops, they're not cheaper. So if I'm paying the price, I want like something better for myself. I don't want to be complaining about that. I have been using this laptop for 3 days and let me tell you one thing. I love my MacBooks and I don't have any complaints about them. They don't lag. They're such a beast. They like work as I want them to work. So I'm actually expecting the same because this laptop, it's not like a cheap. So when it comes to design and the build, when I opened this laptop, I had this image of like game. So this is a gaming laptop, right? So I had this image in my mind that gaming laptops are really heavy, they're so thick, this and that. I had that image in my mind about the gaming laptops or the Windows laptops in general, right? But this laptop actually changed that image for me because it's so lightweight. Like it is so freaking lightweight. It is slim. I wouldn't say it's like really slim, but it's not thick as well. So like I think it can work with that, right? So the first impression, it's a really sleek looking laptop. It doesn't give you like that gaming laptop. It gives you like sleek. You can also do like an office work or if anything else that you're looking for. So it looks pretty clean to me. One thing that I didn't like it is this like a flash thingy in the back. I do like when it's just plain and there's nothing going on, but this one, it's like, you know, the flash is going up and down the whole time you're working on this laptop. So I'm not a huge fan of that. And the other thing was that it was just giving like there was so many colors with the keyboard. So I think you can change that in the setting, which also I didn't like it because I'm not a gamer. I do like to game sometimes, but I wouldn't call myself a gamer. The back, I know it's a gaming laptop. There's gonna be a cooling system. There's gonna be a lot of fans, but I still don't know how I feel. It's the texture wise. Like when I feel this, I don't know if I like it. Okay, so these were few of the things which was like new to me and I am still getting used to it. It's a really pretty looking laptop. One thing I really like, it doesn't easily get the fingerprints on it. Whereas I recently got my M4 MacBook in space black and oh, that thing is worse with the fingerprints. You can see it everywhere. It's a really premium looking laptop. Not that it's a cheap laptop. I was expecting that it better look like premium because it's an expensive laptop. So I think the material is aluminum. I'm sure it's aluminum. When you look at it, I don't think it's gonna get scratched easily, but I do like to take care of my laptops and my phones and my iPad. So I have never had that issue with scratching and all that, but I feel like it really depends on you as a person, how you take care of your equipment. If you take care of them, I don't think they get scratched easily, but it's aluminum, so I can't say much about that. So let's talk about the display because it's actually one of my favorite part. So I got the G14, which basically means it's 14 inches OLED in 3K. It's not 4K, it's actually in 3K, and it also has the 120 hertz refresh rate. But I recently got to know when I was checking the settings and all that it also has the option for the 60 hertz refresh rate, which basically means that you can change it to 120 or to the 60 based on, if you go for the 60, then you can actually save some battery life. So it really depends on you. But when I was watching Netflix show or the movies on this laptop, the colors look so magical, like they are so deep. The black is so deep, the colors are just like so rich, I would say. If you're a gamer, this screen is something that you want. Of course, if you're a gamer, you might go for the G16, which is like 16 inches, but I went for 14 inches because I want it for the travel reasons. But if you're an editor, if you're a gamer, you're gonna love this screen because everything is just like so accurate, so like the colors are so rich, the black is just so deep. This laptop also covers 100% DCI-P3 color space, which basically means if you are editor like I am, I enjoy like editing on this laptop so much because it shows me really accurate colors. And when you're an editor, you want that because one thing is that on every device, your video is gonna look different. So I have tried to do the editing on this laptop and the colors are really accurate, which makes my life so much easier because with the other devices that I used, the colors sometimes change and it doesn't give you the accurate. But with this laptop, I really enjoy that feature. So far, I am a fan of this display so far, and if there's gonna be any reason to keep this laptop, it would be the display because it makes my life so much easier as an editor because I like to do all my editing on my laptop. So I really enjoyed that. So let's talk about the performance. I'm gonna tell you my experience that I have with this laptop in the last 3 days because I'm trying to use this laptop as much as I can and I'm trying to push it as much as I can because I already have like, as I said, I do multitasking and heavy editing, so I know where and when to push the machine if I really want to keep that machine. So this laptop actually had AMD Ryzen 9 and also 32 GB of RAM with 1 TB SSD, which is really good for an editor or any creative person because like I actually have Samsung's SSD, I think it's 1 TB, so you don't have to spend that much money because they are quite costly. So this has a 1 TB SSD built in, which is great if you're an editor because we are always like wanting a space, right? So for the graphics too, it has NVIDIA's 5060, which is great. So basically, if we look at all that information, this laptop is supposed to be a beast. It is supposed to be fast. It is supposed to be AI performing. It's supposed to be multitasking at all the time because again, it is a gamer laptop. It needs to be really strong machine, right? But I'm gonna tell you what has been happening since I have bought this laptop. So first of all, when I do the editing, I'm not gonna say this. So first of all, this laptop, it lags. I'm not gonna say that I don't know if I got the faulty product. It could be that. But so far, this laptop do lag when I'm trying to edit because I really, as I said, I really enjoy the display. But when it comes to lagging, I do not tolerate that because I spend so much money. And when you are in that flow of creativity and you're just editing and you're doing all that and your laptop starts lagging, which is just like three days old, it really pushes all my buttons because I'm like, why? So I'm not gonna lie, when I try to do the multitasking or I try to do the heavy editing, this laptop does lag. I don't know if it's just my laptop or if anybody else had the same experience. So I was trying to do the editing and on the timeline it lags so much. It wasn't a long video, it was just 6 to 7 minutes video that I wanted to edit, and on the timeline, since it was a 4K video, it was lagging so much and it bothers me a lot. It pushes all my buttons because it's not a cheap laptop. If I have spent so much money on this laptop and it's 3 days old and it's lagging on like when I'm editing, which basically what I use my laptops for the most, because that's what I do on them. And I never had this problem with my MacBooks. So if I try to do it with the ProMotion 4K, it just lags so much. I tried to do little tricks here and there, but it was just not working for me. So it actually pissed me off, because I'm like, when I'm trying to do editing, I am in my creative flow. I just want my laptop be smooth, because that's what I spend the money for, right? So when it lags, it just pisses me off, because I can't, the video is lagging, the voice is not matching, everything just messed up. So I have been seeing this this like whole lagging thing with this laptop. So performance wise, I'm not really liking it. I believe if you buy it solely for the gaming, that might be good, because I tried to do the gaming I think once or twice. The gaming wise, it's really smooth. That actually is really fun to play the games on this one, but for me, because I just want to edit the videos on my laptop, and that's the main reason I buy my laptops. It was such a disappointment. The performance wise, I did not like it at all. Even when it comes with the multitasking, it is a bit slow, and it doesn't open like the apps or whatever you're trying to open right away, like within seconds. It just take a little bit of a time. I'm not gonna say it's just like a few seconds difference, but it does make a huge difference when you have spent so much money. So performance wise, I am not a huge fan of this laptop. It's just okay. It gives me the vibe of when you spend like $1,500 to $1,600 on a laptop and not $3,200. So performance wise, I'm not a huge fan of it. That might be one of the reasons I might not keep this laptop, because again, my whole main purpose to buy this 14-inch window laptop is for the editing purpose. So let's talk about the cooling system, because if you're a gamer or a heavy editor, you might want to know if this laptop heats up or not. And I actually put it to the test, because hey, I want to know that too, because like if you look at the back, it is covered. It's covered with the ROG intelligent cooling system, Tri-fan technology, also the heat pipes. It does have a whole that cooling system, but I'm gonna tell you what actually is going on with this laptop. It does heat up, straight up. That's my answer to you if you're asking if it heats up or not. It does heat up. I tried to do the gaming, and this laptop is not completely silent. It's not. You can actually hear the fans, which is okay. I really don't mind that, but it does heat up when you're trying to do the heavy editing, and also when you're trying to do the gaming. If it would just a little bit warm up, you know, I would let it go. But when I say it heats up, it actually heats up. Like so far with the heating up, it does not affect the performance. I have not seen it affecting the performance, but I don't know if those two things relate actually, because with the editing, it already lags so much. I don't know if it's because of the heating issue or anything like that, but with the gaming, it does not lag, but it does heat up. With the editing and with the gaming, both of them heats up. I don't know, as I said, there's a lot of things that I still need to learn about this laptop. In the settings, so you can change things here and there, but I don't think it's gonna change much. This laptop does have 73 watts of battery, which should be a solid battery, right? But I'm gonna tell you from my experience from the last 3 days, I had such a high expectation from this laptop, because my whole life I have been using MacBooks, right? I never had the problem with the battery, because they charge so fast. They have such a long-lasting battery. I don't have to plug them and use them. I can just unplug and use it anywhere I want. So I have such a freedom with those laptops, right? And the price-wise, it's similar. It's not a cheap laptop. So I was expecting the same, but when it comes to battery life, it's a shit show. I was editing this laptop's battery. It goes from 60% to 10% just like that. If I leave this laptop for like few hours, it's just gonna go like the laptop is shut down. I have to put it on like freaking charger again. Like I have to charge it again. The battery life drains so much faster. I don't know if somebody else having this experience, or I got the like the faulty laptop or something like that, but the battery life, I kid you not, it's a shit show. I just plug it in and then I have to use it. And I have also tried to do the 60 hertz refresh rate so I can save some of the battery. It does not like make a huge difference. I thought it's gonna make a huge difference, but it does not. So the battery life, it's really, really bad. I'm so disappointed. And I like to edit my videos like sitting anywhere. I don't want to be like, you know, glued to the charging and then do my editing. That's not my style. So it has been a challenge so far to keeping it like charged up and doing the editing and making sure, like, you know, because the battery life, the most you will get out of this laptop is 4 to 5 hours. That's it. And that's really, really bad for the price that you're paying for this laptop. So the last thing I want to talk about is the keyboard and the trackpad. This laptop has one of my favorite keyboard because, let's be honest, with the MacBook, I love them, but their keyboard sucks because they're not well spaced. That's how I feel about that. But since this is a gaming laptop, I really, really enjoy how well this keyboard is spaced. Like, I really enjoy it. So smooth, so well spaced. I really, really like the keyboard. Like, I enjoy writing the script with this laptop. And for the trackpad, I know it's it's quite small, but that's because I got the 14 inches. It has nothing to do with the laptop. It's the size that I chose. So it is really smooth, but it's really, really small. So I have been using a mouse. I'm not gonna lie, I was using a mouse with this laptop just because the trackpad is pretty small, but the keyboard, I really, really enjoy. It's smooth. It's actually buttery smooth. And then you can do the scripting, it's not that loud. Like, it's just okay. Like, I really, really enjoy the keyboard. I actually enjoy it more than my MacBooks because I'm not a fan of MacBook's keyboard. But since it's a gaming laptop, I am assuming that's why it's like really, really well spaced. So these are a few of the things that I really enjoy about this laptop, and there are some of the things that I don't really enjoy, and there could be some improvement, but I don't know. This was my first laptop, and I have heard that with the Zephyrus 2024 and 2025, they're not much of a difference. But since I have not used the Windows laptops, I don't know much about that. But if you know any Windows laptop that is great with the battery life, that is great at handling multitasking and like especially the editing, let me know in the comments. Because if I change my mind, which I have few reasons to change my mind, and I might return this laptop, but drop some names in the comments if there are some really good Windows laptops. Because the other thing I want to talk about this, I spent $3,200 on this laptop. So it's not a cheap laptop. It's the same price as my MacBook. So when people say, oh, the Windows laptops are cheaper or the Android phones are cheaper, I do not believe that. They're actually much expensive than the MacBooks or the Apple products in general. That's why I have like a second thought that if there is something out there which is greater than this laptop, I would love to purchase that, because I'm actually looking for something smaller, lightweighted. And I know ASUS, they're known for their light laptops, but I don't know. I'm really wishing that this is just a faulty laptop. I can just exchange it and get another one, and it can just all magically work out for me. But this has been the whole experience with this laptop. I don't know. I had high expectations, but not anymore. So yeah, let me know if you have the same laptop and how your experience has been, because everybody could have a different experience even with the same device. So yeah, this was all for today, and I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.